Hello and welcome to Aayu Pathshala. I welcome you all in this new module on artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence, though this itself a very wide topic, but it is mentioned in the syllabus, so we'll have to deal in the most important and the fundamentals of the artificial intelligence. Today will be just an introduction, and we will be discussing that what is an artificial intelligence, and I'm not going to share or show any notes in this class because from tomorrow onwards in the next lecture we'll be referring to the notes. And yes, since this entire module will be mostly theoretical in nature, that is, there is no expression, no formula to remember, to understand. This class may appear to you a little boring, but bear with me. I will put in my all efforts to make this class as interesting as it could be possible, so that you not only be able to understand, but also be able to memorize and recall the things that we go through in the artificial intelligence. Apart from that, yes, a small disclaimer before we start in the module, and this is not to threaten you, but to make you aware that at some point in the course of discussion in this module, it may appear that this discussion or these theories are not relevant, or it may appear that how come we are going to like remember or understand these things, because in order to explain one concept or one topic in the artificial intelligence, the entire background need to be drawn. And if we go on doing all that sort of background development, background building for each and all the topic, obviously we will be doing for some of the topic. So that would make this course, like I have already stated in the very beginning, that artificial intelligence and machine learning altogether is an entire syllabus on which we can do PhD or a master. So, from the scope of this examination, wherein 3 to 5 questions are being asked from AI and ML, mostly from the AI domain, that is the artificial intelligence, we will try to limit our discussion. And at sometimes we may include some of the important topics, so such as the fuzzy logic, such as the we have the other logical expressions, the reduced languages. So that time you have to just bear with me. You just have to memorize something, and then we'll be proceeding further. So let me just ask you, what do you mean by the artificial intelligence? अगर मैं आपको समझाऊं तो ऐसा समझो कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के अंदर बेसिकली एक जो न्यू बॉर्न बेबी होता है ना, न्यू बॉर्न बेबी, मैं आपको कोर्स का ओवरव्यू दे रहा हूँ. दिस न्यू बॉर्न बेबी इज नथिंग बट लाइक अ मशीन, a new machine, a newly designed machine. So when we say artificial and we say intelligence, we are combining these two terms, intelligence. What do you mean by intelligence? The intelligence is the adjective or a term that is always associated with humans, not with machine. We say that a boy is an intelligent boy or a girl is an intelligent girl or an intelligent human being. That is the characteristics of a human, not with the machine. So how does the human turned into an intelligent human being? If we are able to understand that process, how does a human being become intelligent? So we will be able to understand that by the same method, we can also make machines intelligent, and that what we will call as the artificial intelligence. We will give this machine an engine, and this engine will behave like the brain, and it will think similar or try to think or imitate the of human capabilities of what? Intelligence. So if we are able to do that, if we are able to model a machine, to model an agent such that it try to imitate the capabilities of human. What capabilities? The capabilities of intelligence, the capabilities of learning. Remember, when you were a kid, the teachers taught you how to draw a straight line. They taught you how to go to the curves by making you practicing on this curve line. So you first make traces, and then on after completing the dotted line, you started making them of your own. So the scientists and the engineers, they actually try to not only imitate the working of a human brain, they also imitated the entire process that led to the development of a human being into an intelligent human being. So yes, how do that process took place? When a newborn baby, for first 6 to 8 months, what it does, its brain is brand new, no data in it, no nothing. It's just like a unwritten page. So what does the brain does? It collects data. It collects data. How much data? Whole lot of data that it can collect in 6 to 8, or we can say 250 days. That long it collects the data. Then there is a biological development in the body of the baby. Then it's try to utter the communication, and it's learn by seeing the people around it, by observing the people around it, how it started recognizing their facial expression of anger, of happiness, and then the baby try to react with these environments. The baby try to react. What does the emotional face looks like? It recognizes it. How? Because it has continuously watched and learned. It has continuously observed that when somebody shouts or when somebody talks louder, it means the anger, and the baby has to cry to reflect its emotions. So that's how the baby recognizes the thing. It goes on learning day by day by collecting data from all the sources, and then it acts on its data. The first thing that the machine has to do, it has to collect data. Now, this data, we can divide it into different parts. That is the training data, there could be the supervising data, or there could be the data for examination as well. So on this data, the machine is first acquiring the data. There are lots of data, huge data. And now it's time to train on this data set. Now, before the machines actually trains on the data set, it will basically have to store this data in a particular manner. Why? Because if the data is not properly arranged, later when the machine has to train on this data, later when the machine has to refer back to this data, it will not be able to do. So data arrangement and searching is very important, and we will see the different searching algorithm, the breadth first algorithm, the heuristic approach, the depth first algorithm, A star algorithm, the different types of algorithm. Already, some of the algorithm we have already seen in the data structure part. The complexity, time complexity, space complexity, all that thing will come. Now, after the machine has learned how to search from the data, then it start training on the data. Then we have the labeled training, unlabeled training. We'll have the labeled data, unlabeled data that we will see. Now, this machine, by training on the data, start self-learning as a kids do by training on this straight line. It first start to draw straight line, and it sees some diagram. Oh, this is the hut. It start imitating it, training itself. So it's called self-learning process. So how does the machine learns? What are the different algorithm that we will see? Also, human beings are not only self-learning, they are also reasoning. the baby has seen that since my childhood I was born, this is the lady who is feeding me, and she is my mom because most of the time she used to call me that same mama, mama, so she must be my mom. Now she has, the baby has captured that data in the mind. It has labeled that data that this particular lady is my mom. Next time when I say mom, I am referring to this particular lady. Clear? Now, the baby is also observing that beside this mom, which I am referring to now, there is another kid, and the mom is also calling him the baby. So that means I am also a baby. That kid is also a baby. That means she is also a mom of that kid. And that type of analysis is what we call as a reason. So yes, reasoning is also important because sometimes you have to infer things from the data that is available. It is not that you have this boy is calling this person a mom, this boy is also calling this person a mom, and these two are the same person. That means that these two boys are brother. So this relation that these two boys are brother is not stored in the form of data, but it is inferred from the data. That inference is called as the reasoning. And how does the machines reason? The capabilities of the machine to reason the things will come from the abilities of the machine to represent the knowledge, how they are representing the knowledge that they have acquired so far, how a kid is now representing the knowledge that he has acquired since his childhood, that this is my mom. That particular boy is also calling this particular lady mom. That means my mom and his mom are a common person. That means I must be related to this particular kid. So from the available knowledge, how we are representing the knowledge, that is important. And for this representing knowledge representation, we will have different language expression. That is, we may be having the fuzzy logic expressions. We may be having either true, either false expressions. We may be having, apart from true or false, the probability that it is not 100% true, not 100% false, but somewhat true or somewhat false. For example, the grass is wet. There are different possibilities. So we cannot say 100% that there is rain. No. So a straight yes or a straight no is not always the solution. So there may be rain, there may be the water sprinklers, there may be some kid have thrown some water. So instead of just depending on 100% yes or 100% no, we will choose somewhat yes, somewhat no also. So that type of logical expressions we will be seeing, and that will be beneficial in understanding the reasoning. Now, apart from self-learning, apart from self-reasoning, we have other various domain of artificial intelligence. We have what we call as the neural networks. We will see deep learning. What do you mean by deep learning? And that is done with the help of this neural network. That is the convolution neural network, the deep neural network, and other types of the neural networks. Basically, we will be seeing the four different types of neural networks. Apart from seeing the neural network, we will also go into understanding the expert system. What is an expert system? Just like a human being, that is, I am having a basic knowledge of some domains, but I'm not expert in all the domain. I have some knowledge of artificial intelligence that I'm sharing with you guys, but I'm not expert in artificial intelligence. For that, I have to be trained, especially in the data set related to artificial intelligence. That means I have to do my PhD in artificial intelligence because now I am focused to go in a particular direction because I am focused to work in that particular direction. So I will be requiring data only related to that particular environment, that particular set. That is what we call as the expert system. In expert system, we'll be seeing that there would be inference engine and all that thing. Now, apart from seeing the deep learning or the neural networks and the expert systems, we will be also seeing the transformers such as the chat GPT, etc. We'll be also seeing the natural language processing, NLP. So all this detail we are going to discuss in this module. So sit back, relax, take water when you are watching this lecture, because when it appears to be boring, you have to drink water to keep yourself hydrated, energetic. And yes, obviously, you have to memorize a whole lot of things from this. So, what I would recommend that therefore we are also taking this module at the last, at the end. So, what I would recommend that topics such as IoT, such as artificial intelligence, where you have to mug up a lot of things, it's better you do it at the end. Why? Because you would not have to revise it n number of times. Suppose you completed artificial intelligence in the very beginning, then in order to keep that fresh in your mind, you have to revise the thing. So do it in the month of last August or September, so that you would be able to like remember the things, and then continuously for two revisions or three revisions you will be reaching to the examination date and examination hall, and then you can quickly answer these questions related to this domain. Thank you for watching. Let us meet in our next class, that would be the second class on the artificial intelligence, where we will be taking up the things serially one by one from the notes, and we will be completing this module as well. Thank you for watching, and let us meet in the next class.